Minus 15 degrees Celsius, but we have a sunny day, and the bike lane appears to be pretty well cleared. So I thought I'd take you on a little winter bike ride. First day of February 2025. For anyone who's new to winter biking, I would say in terms of your body heat, you definitely want to have some decent gloves because your hands are going to be stuck in one position the whole time and not really getting much of the body heat that your core will generate. And if it's below freezing, you probably want to have something on your face too, because when you get a bit of speed, you feel that chilly wind, that chilly air, much more than when you're just walking. So yeah, I would say face and hands are the big things to consider. As for your chest and stomach and all that, like if you actually get your heart rate up, you might be surprised how warm you can get. So you might consider having a lighter jacket with layers underneath. So if you want to, you can take off a layer if you get too warm. But I'm definitely not a winter biking expert. I know some people who bike, to and from work every day, no matter how cold it gets. Those people are few and far between, I must admit. But there's some of them. I've known some people like that. My respect to those people as I turn onto Mount Royal Avenue, and I'll pay a bit more attention now that I'm with the cars. Actually, yeah, I'm only going to ride this for a couple of blocks. This is a tricky road for cyclists on a good day because, yeah, there's just so many cars who are looking for parking spots or like dropping people off. There's a lot happening. There's buses. When you add in the snow and the slush and potentially ice. We don't have any ice today, thank goodness, but all that to say, when you add all those ingredients together, you can have a sketchy situation for cyclists. Gonna go straight down towards Parc La Fontaine, which is a park that I love to cycle around in the warmer months. I haven't been there in a couple of months. I have no idea what it's going to look like, if there will be well paved paths for people to walk and people to bike. Decent sized puddle, but nothing crazy. There's the park coming up on the left. It's a nice bike lane which goes this way towards the mountain as well. Actually wondering if I should go to the right, but I'll start by doing a little cruise by the park. Why not? It has been a while, as I told you. Oh, look at this. I hope I captured a good shot of that. These, oh my God, they're all, wow. So, you know what I think happened? Here, I'll slow down and show you one. I can only imagine the snowplow went by and just plowed the hell out of this road. And so everyone who was parked here got themselves a custom paint job, shall we say. Just gonna take a left and enter the park. Nice. I mean, this bike lane is perfect. Might be hard to see, but there's a little skating rink to my left. A bit of Canadiana for you. Oh, it's not just a rink, there's actually paths too. Look at that, a cross-country skier. Oh, is this ever cool? I wonder if they're on skates here. That'd be a fun way to spend a couple hours. Leave a comment if you know about the skate situation here in Parc La Fontaine, because yeah, it would be cool to go down there. I haven't skated in a long time, but I do know how to skate. And it's nice to see that the park is, I mean, there's hundreds of people down there. This whole week is between highs of -10 and lows of -20, plus the wind chill, so bit of a deep freeze happening here in Montreal, but that's okay. Ski path. Now, of course, I say that's okay, but I would much rather it hover around, you know, -5 to 0. I like when it's just, you know, I don't mind the snow on the ground, but I like when it's easier to walk without 5 layers of clothing on. But as the people on the lake and in the park will remind us, instead of being miserable when it gets really cold and snowy, we can choose to embrace it and do the sports which require the ice and the snow. Or even if you're not into sports particularly, you know, not everyone is super active. Some people have conditions, or, you know, everyone's got their own reason for the lifestyle they live. Maybe you could find other ways to enjoy the cold months. Maybe you're a photographer and you could try to capture the winter scenes. Maybe you're a painter, you know. Or maybe you just go out there and have a good old-fashioned snowball fight. Now, as for the actual biking experience, I have to say, the city's done a great job keeping the main bike lanes clear. As that guy casually walks in front of me, but as I said, I was breaking a couple of the rules of the road earlier, so I can't Can't say anything without being a hypocrite, so I will keep my mouth shut. It is worth noting that you often have a situation like this where when you have side-to-side bike lanes, the total width gets more narrow. Because essentially the plows will, like, I mean, you can, I don't need to over-explain it, you can see what I mean. The plows will go through, but as the snow builds up on the sides, it's actually covering, let's say 20% of the total width of the side-by-side bike lane. And the only reason I point that out is to remind people to pay a bit of extra attention as you're passing people. Especially like if there's someone, you know, pulling their child behind them in a cart or like some kind of wider vehicle. You just want to make sure you're giving enough space because it can be a tight squeeze sometimes. Actually, right up there at the lights. I'm gonna hang a right. I'm gonna go up a few blocks. Then I'm gonna get a cup of coffee and warm up. Here you see a bike lane where you have the vehicles parked, actually keeping us separated from the busier traffic streets. Nice design. The only thing you need to worry about is passengers on the right side of the vehicle sometimes opening their vehicle door quickly without looking for bikes. In the summer, there are enough bikes that usually people look because there's bikes flying by every 5 seconds. So they kind of know, okay, I need to pick my moment to get out of this car. But on a day like this one, there's really not that many bikes on the road. People might forget that bikes exist. So you gotta be careful, you know? Oh, look at this. So look, there are some places where the slush and the snow piles into the bike lane, but overall, very bikeable. See if these guys are giving me space. Oh. See if I'll be able to pass this guy. I was about to call out to that guy, but it looked like he was wearing some headphones too, so I don't even know if he would have heard me. It's an obstacle course out there sometimes, but you gotta love it. Whew. Last thing I will say about winter biking, a bike lock like this, a combination lock, can be quite useful because before that I had one of those U-shaped locks, and basically, yeah, the key when there's freezing rain or stuff, or just, I don't know exactly what happened to it. It either got, I mean, it could have got frozen over, it could have been salt from the roads, it could have just been the temperature change. Basically changed the shape of the keyhole, but I couldn't turn my key. It completely froze shut / just stopped working. I had to pour like boiling water on it to get it open, and then I tried to dry it out, but then the same thing happened again. So shout out to my friend Paige who let me borrow his bike lock. That is how we do it. As always, I'm Dan. Thanks for watching.